Thank you for joining us. This is John Sluice with Entrust CPA. We are coming with you in the thick of tax season here. We've really appreciated getting the time to talk with each one of you that we have had the chance to. We appreciate all of you that have brought your information in earlier and we've actually got your returns done. Know if you brought your information in already, we are working through them as diligently as we can and we appreciate your patience. For those of you that are perhaps on a beach somewhere enjoying the warm weather during spring break right now, and haven't returned your information in, I'm sure you're immediately going to go and get this video and start pulling your information together. Do take this as kind of a note here that any information that we get from our clients here that comes in after April 3rd, there's an extremely high chance that it will likely have to be extended just because of the time frame we need to work through the items. So again, those of you that have already brought your information in, thank you very much. We are working through them. Those of you who haven't, please pull your information together as soon as possible and get it in here so we can work through those and have a discussion on what's owed, what's not owed. That's a good segue into talking about extensions and what does extensions mean, what are they? It's a common misnomer that individuals can't get extensions or they're scary or otherwise. So understand that extensions in and of themselves are not bad. In fact, we have one thing that we're finding that we may have to do extensions whether we like it or not because there's a few forms that the IRS still haven't finalized. Yes, you heard that right. It is the end of March, early April, and there are still forms that are in draft form that the IRS have. So there's a perfect example of where we may not have a choice. We may have to extend a tax return just while we wait for the forms to be made. Another example is maybe you're waiting for information from a trust or from a business that hasn't fully come in yet. So in and of itself, extensions aren't bad. But what we do have to be careful on is an extension is just an extension for time, not an extension for what's due if you do owe time or owe taxes. So we still have to have time to process through the information to determine if you owe any taxes at that point. Again, we're not saying that everyone's going to be an extension, so don't hear this and assume that if we haven't talked to you that you're getting an extension. I'm simply pointing out of what the implications are of an extension. Again, especially for those of you that are going to get stuck by this form that's not even out there. And as long as we're on the topic of extensions, one thing I really want to point out here is April 15th comes fast for a lot of individuals here that owe taxes, right? But don't forget, it's also the first quarter estimate that's due as well. So not only are you contemplating the 2022 tax due potentially, but you have your first quarter of 2023. So don't forget about that as well. And it happens the same day. So just be aware of that. We have greatly enjoyed some of the new streamlined processes that are here that are available to us now for signatures. So the software that's being used for electronically signing returns, having great success with that and great feedback back from those that are working with it that have really enjoyed it and appreciated it. It allows you to keep a digital copy right in your emails. It's secure, it's fast, and it's simple. And so I would strongly recommend that you think about doing that. And we'll talk to you about it as we wrap up your return. But if we haven't, give us a note and let us know that you might want that electronic possibility. Lastly here, and I will say that this certainly does give your accountant's heart a little pitter-patter in it, we are starting to get questions on tax planning. That makes me quite excited that you're out there thinking about tax planning. We love that we're thinking about tax planning for 2023 because that is so important. We've talked about it, we've pushed on it. We strongly recommend that you think about tax planning and no, it's not too early. So we're going to be doing some of it as we wrap up your 2022 tax returns, yes. But if you have items that have come up already this year, or if you know there's going to be changes, maybe there's going to be a marriage, or there's going to be a move, or there's going to be a new business, or you're selling your business. These are all things that we're welcome the opportunity to talk to you ahead of time. Let us know, give us a call on that. We can get something in the schedule. We don't disappear right after April 15th. Well, maybe, but we can get something on the schedule so that we know that we can make these plans and get them in place already. Well, thank you for joining us. For those of you that are on spring break, I hope you've enjoyed your week. For those of you that got to stay back here in great northern Michigan or are living your lives wherever we are, we just appreciate you for joining us here, for being our client, and we look forward to talking to you in the very near future.